Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Stone Cold!
Aaron Whitlow,
Jen Whalen.
with the Swoop Squad. What are we doing?
Today we're doing a retro movie takedown of the 1991 perennial classic, Stone Cold.
They warned him when he went undercover that this would be a most unpleasant assignment.
I look forward to it.
But nobody expects him to be pleasant.
Picked up the wrong passenger, buddy!
Brian Bosworth is Stone Cold.
And then some.
Rated R.
Not to be confused with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, he's nowhere in this.
But although there is a gentleman by the name of Brian Bosworth that looks an alarmingly like Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
And, in the movie we see several times him and we think Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit
smaller.
Yeah.
But
nevertheless, Brock Lesnar.
like a mini Brock.
Mini Brock. With a mullet, as you can see later on, you'll see behind us. This movie came out in 1991. It stars Brian Bosworth, Lance
Henriksen,
and this discount Jennifer
Connelly. And what's William
Forsythe.
Yeah.
Very, very
classic
raunchy
villain.
William Forsythe.
Yeah. Very confused William Forsythe.
And a Komodo dragon. And a guy that we all know from movies. You see him as like either a cop or villain, butthole type of guy.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
But he's in this movie as well.
You'll know him when you see him. He's that guy. That guy.
And this movie could have easily been a what went wrong, but it's actually enjoyable. I mean, and plus, if you see our channel, if you look at some more of the videos, you see we did a review on Clones of Bruce Lee. I'm pretty sure there's nothing that can top that. So everything from this point on is pretty good.
Yeah, I think we hit rock bottom with Bruce Lee.
We really did.
Bruce Lee.
What's this movie about?
This movie is kind of a Sons of Anarchy meets Point Break meets
I think shades of New Jack City.
And with a little bit of the Untouchables in there.
Right. It's about a guy. He's a police officer by the name of I believe Joe Huff. Joe Huff, and he goes undercover with his biker gang. I don't know the name of the gang, led by Lance Henriksen.
No,
Ice in this movie, and they had such cool. Well, he's actually changed.
Oh, he's changed. Yeah,
Ice is William Forsythe. Yeah. But yeah, he goes into this gang, undercover, a la New Jack City, and infiltrates to try to take them down from the inside out, essentially get someone to turn informant or whatnot. This movie.
The plot takes a back seat to the mullets.
Yeah, there's like a alarming amount of mullets in this movie. And ponytails, which if you take them down, they will too be mullets. But the prettiest mullet of them all is this golden locks that you see behind you, or behind us.
Brian Bosworth has the perfect mullet, if such a thing can exist.
If there's such a thing. I told Ken it's like an eagle, a golden eagle died on his head. Landed on his head, and there he died. This movie, man, it's about a guy that infiltrates his gang, tries to take him down. Things gets hairy, and it's pretty much every cliche action movie that you. There's even like the cliche black chief of police that yells and cusses at you. Yeah,
it's like somebody that I don't know who the director was. I don't really care. Oh, it was the dude at the beginning that we were like, oh, is that him?
Yeah, we think it's him.
Anyway, It's like this was his first movie, and he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do everything that I ever wanted to do in a cheesy action movie. We're gonna have biker gangs. We're gonna have cops. We're gonna have shotguns, motorcycles, fist fights. We're gonna have scenes on the beach. We're gonna have strip clubs. We're gonna have
a lot of boobs. We're gonna have boobs. Boobs everywhere. Boobs for you. Boobs for them.
Women. Lots of mullets. Lots of leather jackets.
Man, and the movie, it's just. To me, it was actually a very enjoyable movie. It's a B budget movie. It's something that not a lot of people have probably ever seen.
It would probably be on USA Up All Night if you guys remember
Remember
that
that?
show.
Yeah, I love that show. But this movie is actually, I mean, it's very enjoyable. There's solid action in the movie. Like the opening sequence. Not to give too much away, it takes place at a convenience store. Me and Kim was noticing all the product placement within the first 5 minutes of the movie, but like a pretty good little fight scene, pretty good little action, and I called a line. I'm like, he's gonna say clean up Al 5, but he said clean up Al 4.
Yeah, slightly different.
Yeah.
And you called the car, or what was it that blew up?
The
boat?
The boat. Yeah. There's a scene where I guess the judge
Impossible.
gave one of the gang members, of the biker gang members,
life in prison or something.
Yeah. And so to retaliate, they blow his boat up. But there's just a scene of this old man going out on his boat to go fishing. And I said, something tells me that boat's gonna blow up. And sure enough,
yeah,
that
I
boat
was like,
blows up.
oh, there's no way. I don't see how that would happen. And
Yeah, I don't know.
goes.
I don't know why the boat blew up. If the bomb was underneath it, or is it
I think it was with the motor, because when he started the motor, it blew up.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's and Ken also pointed out in this movie suffers from, I wish it was still the '80s syndrome.
Yeah.
Heavily.
It's 91 when this movie was made, but these guys are still stuck in
Locked.
like 86, 87.
Absolutely.
This wants to be Die Hard. It wants to be
It really
Rambo.
does. It really
wants
does.
To be all these iconic action movies at once, but the mullets hold it back.
Mullets hold it back, and even Die Hard did have mullets, but they kept their mullet to regular haircut ratio to a minimum.
Yeah.
But in this movie, they're like, mullets for everybody and boobs for everybody.
Mullets are rife in this movie.
Yeah, oh my goodness. But yeah, this movie has one of my favorite scenes in this movie would have to be actually at the opening sequence where, I don't know, we're gonna call him the director. He just pops up, but it goes from like the convenience store camera to like, boom. Okay, and then you're like, okay, so the movie starts. It's into it, which is a good way to start a movie, like with action, just right off the bat.
They don't give you a chance to like get your popcorn situated. It's
right
off the bat.
And another great scene which Ken really enjoyed was there's a number of Deus Ex Machina moments in this movie where the hero comes in, which he should have died. The conveniently placed motorcycle just happened to be right there where the helicopter was.
Yeah, he just.
But it's that. But I would say this is the '80s. But it's an action movie, a la '80s.
Yeah,
so.
It's if it was in the '80s, it would have been on par with a lot of the stuff coming out then. Since it's in the '90s, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
It's early '90s.
Homage to the '80s.
Well, it wasn't late '80s, so it's early. So it's still yet new. People didn't let go just yet.
The styles in this movie were so '80s though. Like it wasn't even. There was nothing '90s about it at all.
No. As you can see, he's wearing some type of
leather.
He looks like a wrestler. Yeah. He looks like Brock Lesnar, but he's wearing some. And there's this one scene where he wears like a leather. I kid you not, like with tassel, like the Ultimate Warrior. And he has a Komodo dragon, like a la Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yeah.
But yeah, this and there's a scene. I'm gonna spoil it for the men, but the women you might want to tune in. You see this man in Speedos. But if you stay tuned, man, there's a scene just for you.
Lots of scenes for him.
Lots of scenes.
The scene with him in the Speedo, though, was like...
I wasn't ready.
It's like you just get slapped in the face with it. It comes out of nowhere. You're just like, oh!
Yeah,
no!
Yeah,
no,
why'd you do that?
Wait.
Wait.
At least buy me dinner first.
But, man, this movie... what's some of your favorite scenes in this movie?
Some of my favorite scenes in this movie, I like when the guy is driving down the street and he sees the guy, the biker dude. He's like, oh, there's that guy, and he just pulls out a hand grenade out of nowhere and throws a hand grenade at him and blows him up. That was
for no apparent reason, but it was cool. And, the explosions in the movie were pretty awesome.
The explosions were good. I have no idea why half the things exploded, but
like
the explosions were good.
like the trailer from
Maybe Michael
that
Bay
rig.
made this movie.
Maybe Michael Bay was in the
This was his
in
earliest
the
movie,
production
probably,
truck
yeah.
somewhere and said, "You know what this movie really needs, guys?
Explosions.
But there's that scene where the chick with the tinsel teeth, they call her.
Yeah.
She has a headpiece on her face.
Yeah, they're freaking her out.
Man,
I like the Viking funeral they gave.
Oh, yeah,
Ice.
yeah.
That was pretty cool.
very, very awesome. Very,
his
very
body's
hardcore.
sitting on that bike. He's dead. He's sitting on the bike, and they just light him up and burn him on
Yeah,
the bike.
wow.
Pretty cool.
And then there's also a scene in this film that is, they paid homage to their band that they loved that died. But then there's a scene where they kind of put a man in his place, so to speak.
Yeah, I think they went a little bit overboard, but
I mean, it's brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah.
They don't show it, but just and to the director, whatever your name is, bravo.
Thank you for not showing.
Yeah,
that.
but it's good that you didn't. It's a plot is great because it gives us a chance to think, ooh,
it was not.
But yeah, there's a guy, we don't even know his name. He gets his hand put
He's like
into
his little buddy.
Yeah, he gets his hand put into a motorcycle spoke.
Yeah, while they're revving the engine up.
Oh.
It's nasty.
Man.
Nasty.
That's nasty, Pete.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie, would you give it we have a rating scale here. We have I want my time back, one and done. We'll watch it.
If it's on TV, we'll watch it.
We'll watch it.
We'll rent it.
Rewatchability.
Yeah.
We have infinite rewatchability, which is loop.
Yeah.
So what do you give this?
I would give this one. I'd probably watch this one if it was on TV.
Watch it on TV?
Yeah.
I definitely would watch it on TV. I own it, but it's something I would definitely watch on television as well because it's enjoyable. If you haven't seen 80s action, watch Die Hard. But if you have seen 80s action and you love 80s action and you want to see a movie that is right at the tail end of what 80s action was, check this movie out, Stone Cold. It is not a bad movie. Brian Bosworth, I'm surprised, honestly, he didn't go on to do. He had charisma to me. He had that charisma that would have translated into other films, where he's doing the action role. But like you said, it's the tail end of the 80s is over. That hero is no longer in existence.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, nobody identifies with that guy. I don't. He kind of on the scale of popularity or the scale of likability, I would put Brian Bosworth on par with Fabio.
Well, Fabio was in Do Where's My Car, so that don't speak well for this man.
Yeah, I know.
That's sad. Like I said, I enjoyed the movie. I give it. I would definitely check it out on TV. So does Ken. What do you think? Do you like this movie? Have you seen this movie? Would you be interested in seeing this movie? Also, is there any movies that you think that we should watch? What do you tell the people to do here?
We want them to like and subscribe. Also, share if possible on any of your social media outlets. We are Swoot Squad here at YouTube. We also have Swoot Squad at Facebook, Swoot Squad at Twitter and Swoot Squad at Gmail.
I think he said Swoot Squad at the Twitter because he's kind of old. At the Twitter.
At the Twitter. As the kids say.
As the kids say. Well, hey, I'm Aaron Whitlow.
I'm Kim Whalen.
And we thank you for watching.